Welcome back everyone to the EsportsEarnings Casters Invitational. It's time for a TvT in the winners match here of this group. It's going to be Wardi against Imre. And we're going to be starting on Abyssal Reef here between these two. Should be pretty good. I think Imre just... That was weird. Like I thought Wardi was doing well and then all of a sudden, you know, it all went south and then he lost 1 and 2. I felt like he could have been a 2-0 if he hadn't overextended on Odyssey.
Yeah. I feel the same. He definitely was a bit too eager to fight there. Maybe not knowing how many units Imre really had. And then Imre really got a nice concave for himself. But that's been done. And we're in the winners match right now between Wardi and Imre. And Wardi apparently is a brilliant TvT player. Sporting a 73% TvT win rate.
Across how many games?
5. No, I don't know. 73 though, so it's got to be quite a few games because it's not a...
Well, how do you know he has a 73%? He said it, or?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
So he could also just be lying, trying to intimidate Imre, but I don't think he would do that. Wardi strikes me as an honorable guy.
Well, you don't know his proper stats and like everything? You didn't do your prep? You're the analyst here. You're not just a caster, you're the analyst. You're fired. You're rehired. That scene is so sick from the movie, man.
I've never seen it before.
Are you questioning me? You're fired. You're rehired. You should watch it just for that scene, man. Alright, let's see where the TvT knowledge is at. We have equal or like similar builds right now from both.
Yeah, so both are just going to get into single Reaper expand into a factory. For some reason, Wardi has a little more gas. Or actually he has less gas. I'm not sure what that's all about. It's not that significant though. He's just gonna get a Reaper, try to throw down the command center. After that, most likely the factory, starport, heli, and maybe we'll see a triple CC by one of them, but we might not. Abyssal is a good map where you can do something like that.
You see this SCV battle up there? That Imre won? Sick, and he chased him away. And he forces the CC on the high ground, wow.
Yeah, that's actually a good little win there for Imre. Wardi having the CC on the high ground. We'll need to fly that over a bit later on. It's most likely going to lose his own scouting SCV as well. So Imre getting the small edges in the early game. Of course, that doesn't really mean too much, but it's always nice to get those edges.
You say Imre, by the way?
Sorry?
How do you say his nickname?
Imre? Imre?
I think it's more like Imre, like E.
Imre?
Imre, yeah.
Imre.
But
Okay,
I guess it doesn't really matter. It's like the French pronunciation that most people would say it like. Because Imre would sound really bad.
Okay.
That's
Imre.
a real nickname, to be fair.
What is it? Like, is it just a name or?
Yeah, I never heard anything like it before. He's just like, he's French. So we would say his nickname with like the French pronunciation by default, which I think I heard everybody always say Imre.
Okay.
Then
Imre
again, I'm not very good with nicknames, you know. Like I called 2GD for a very long time. I thought his nickname was 2GD. I was like, okay, like. Actually, a lot of French folks, like there used to be a Skype group when we would watch. Like a lot of games and stuff, and like talk with like the old school guys, like, you know, Kenzie and all these guys, QWERTY, I don't know if you know them, like really old school, like Wings of Liberty, Zergs, and Funka was in it as well. And I will always use the French pronunciation for some nicknames, like Thorzane, I would say Torzin, and they would be like, what, Thorzin? What are you talking about? And I'd be like, yeah, like the 10 player and stuff, and like they made fun of my pronunciation for like a very long time. I was like, we're French, we can use French pronunciation on whatever we want.
But they weren't down with that.
Not really, no. Even my tattoo artist, you know, like he speaks a lot of English. Like he lived in the US, so I always say like Lil B, but his name is obviously Lil B. You know, like English pronunciation.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that's just how it goes, huh?
Yeah, it's not easy being French, though. It's not easy.
Definitely is not. Some things come easy, you know, like the renting and all that, the striking. The complaining.
Yeah, you get all the negative.
You know, I just went to LA for a couple days, and at the airports, it's so sick. When you wait for the customs, just TvT stuff happening anyway. I don't think we need to. Actually, that we don't mind. Oh my God! Whoa! He scans for it too. He could have just sent one Marine. I didn't think that was gonna do this much, but Wardi gets a sick trade there.
Yeah, now there's two Cyclones on the other side of the map. Wardi only has one Cyclone defending. Raven halfway down, tank just starting. He has 2 Marines and 2 Cyclones. 4 SCVs already going down, so this Cycloner has been very, very successful for sure. How many more SCVs will he get? He got 2, 3 more, so 7 SCVs down in total, and he's gonna try something at the natural now. And Wardi doesn't have any units in position there, so this is going to be quite successful.
They picked really bad colors. I'm realizing more and more as I'm watching this. Like, I can barely see who's who. Dude, these Cyclones are cleaning up.
Yeah, Cyclones are very powerful. There is a tank out now as well as a Raven, so he'll be able to drop an auto turret. But 11 SCVs lost already for Wardi. If he managed to get this this medevac, that would be big though. Does get it, so he gets the 2 Cyclones, get the medevac, but in the end the damage has been done already. Imre getting a big supply lead. 3rd CC on the way for both players, but the French player up 12 workers at this point.
Yeah, he turned this around quickly. It was looking kind of bad at first, but that double Cyclone drop did a lot. Yeah, so to get back to my story, I'm at LAX, and you know the customs is like almost like the worst in the world. It's literally like 2 hours and a half before you can get out, like picking up your luggage, and that's if you don't get to go to secondary check as well. Oh, I hadn't updated the score. There we go. No, wait, it's 0-0, right?
Yeah, 0-0.
God damn it, I'm getting lost in my thoughts. Okay, back to airport story. So I'm like waiting in the line, and like I hear so much complaining, but it only comes from one nationality. It's like all these French people that are there, they're like, oh my God, it's gonna take like 3 hours to get out of here. And like every single time I hear something, I just look at them and I think like it's your first time to LA for sure. Like there is no way somebody has been there once before and he's surprised by this waiting line. And like I heard like 5 different groups, and it's funny because I speak a decent amount of languages as well. I think like if I heard people complain next to me in like other languages, I'd get it as well. But it's just the French, man, just the French.
Yeah, it's genetically, it's genetics.
Yeah,
can't stop it. Can't stop it. Can't blame them for it either. Here comes Wardi with a little bit of a push behind the natural, drops an auto turret, gets a Viking as well, which gives him a strong lead in air control and sets up a very powerful position, which should stop Imre from mining for at least from those top 3 patches, I feel like.
Damn, Wardi, he's fearless, man. He took some damage.
That was like, it's something he needed as well, right? Like he wasn't doing too hot in this game, but this is something really nice. No mining going on at all at the natural at this point. Imre just gave up at all, and he's
preventing the other CC from landing for a little bit as well.
Yeah, but Wardi can just clean up relatively fast. He's rebuilding some SCVs as well. Yeah, I think this is really what Wardi needed for sure. He has air dominance, trying to take out a medevac now. And where are the Vikings for Imre? There's 1 Viking
on his 3rd.
On the 3rd base, and he's producing a medevac right now. And he's producing 2 more medevacs right now. Wow. Wardi deciding to voluntarily give up this position before Imre breaks him in a more painful way. Decides to just go back, regroup with his other units that he has. He has maybe wants to add a couple of medevacs, gets a 2nd factory as well, keeps the tank production up. And I feel like we got a game on our hands here for sure. Earlier it was looking a little bit dark for Wardi, but he definitely fought back into the game with this little push that he did.
Wouldn't it be sick if Wardi won this group, by the way? Like everybody was looking at it and like, you know, Imre and Wardi are gonna advance and all that.
That would be very sick indeed.
He flew under the radar. Like he didn't trash talk, I think, at all. I didn't see much tweets. Like maybe he had like 1 or 2 cheeky tweets, but compared to everybody else, you know, he didn't make any video where he talked like to other casters or said anything. I think he just like kind of like prepared and practiced for it secretly.
Yeah, well, you guys were busy shit talking. I was studying the ways of the blade.
Oh, to be fair, I don't think he practiced that much either, because I've had some late nights on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds with him, so...
Okay. Decent siege up there for Wardi. Got a couple of Marines down. trying to secure this position, but I don't think he can stay there for too long.
Is he gonna drop on top? Oh, he was thinking about it.
He really can't. There's 5 Vikings, there's a Raven as well. Wardi definitely has the air control here. Dropping 2 auto turrets, they won't do anything at all.
Almost got a tank.
Play. Yeah, but loses 2 Vikings and a Raven for almost getting a tank. I'm not a mathematician, but that's not worth it.
Imre and Sieges as he scans and saw that Wardi was pulling back. Oh, Wardi, you might want to pick that up with the medivac. Tanks are gonna get chased.
Yeah, there's already 2 tanks in the medivac, so he needs to drop those first. Sieges him up, comes back to pick up 1 more tank. Oh, Imre moving a little too far forward into the tank fire. Gets a couple of his marines damaged, but the French Terran player definitely in a leading position in this game. Has the better upgrades, has the better tank count. No, he doesn't actually. Wait.
How about those APMs?
Oh, the APMs? But those are high. Wardi is fast. Wow. Imre trying to get into this tank line. Not the greatest of engagement. Only gets 1 tank. Other tank survives with exactly 1 hit point. And this wasn't the best of trades. And for the first time in this game, I feel like Wardi is in a supply lead. Still behind in upgrades by quite a bit. 2-2 already on the way for Imre. And Wardi only has +1, getting his armory just now. But this really is the first time in this game where it's looking good for Wardi, I would say. Or it's the best that it's looked so far.
What is going on? Wardi's looking to try and counter-attack here on the other side, but the tanks are still siege on Imre, and they're not pulling back. Did he forget? They're still sieged. Oh, finally. Wardi's doing UK proud, man. They haven't had too many high-ranked players in a tournament in a long time. When was last time, actually?
Well, the last time good question.
I don't know, like the Muslim hasn't performed since 2003, and like being retired a while back, a couple of years ago.
The Muslim qualified for WESG China.
Yeah, true. How did he do there?
I think he lost his group.
RIP.
Maybe next year. Anyway, a little bit of a drop coming down from Imre on the 3rd base of Wardi. It gets cleaned up relatively easy. Supplies are close, but if you take a look at the upgrades, we see Imre is miles ahead there. Already has +1 vehicle weapons, +2 on the way, as well as +3 infantry weapons on the way, and 2-2 practically done for him against only +1 of Wardi on infantry.
The Muslims in the chat, I love you, bro. Alright, let's see. They're doing the exact same drop at the exact same time as well. It's quite funny. 2 medivacs. There was 1 in the main here from Imre. That's gonna get chased away. I actually even sniped thanks to that sensor tower spotting that. Alright, boosting inside of a sensor tower. Imre not a known giver of crap here.
Sure, he's setting up another attack near the 3rd base of Wardi though. I think Wardi is not going to be in time to deal with that. Pulls all of his army to defend the drop in the natural. And now Imre can just siege up, and this 3rd needs to lift off. As well as all the buildings that were being created here need to be cancelled immediately. Wardi might even lose his 3rd base. That would be terrible.
Just completely not ready for this. I wonder what his groups are. I don't think he uses F2, but probably has everything on 1.
You might as well use F2 then.
Full guru treatment. Counter drop from Wardi is doing quite a bit as well, but not nearly as much as Imre did.
Yeah, there was no follow-up. The initial drop that Imre did didn't do too much. It was mainly the follow-up attack on the 3rd. And GG being called by Wardi does not see any future in this game anymore. And to be honest, neither did I for him. So going to move into map number 2. And eventful game 1, that's for sure. So a couple of trades back and forth. But Imre proving to be the more solid player.
Hey, it was definitely scrappy for a long time. But maybe he's just slightly more solid. I wouldn't say like he's way above Wardi, even though MMR-wise he does have quite a bit more.
Yeah, for sure. And it's very noticeable as well that you, like when you play against someone with lower MMR, you can feel it most of the time.
You can feel it in their bones.
Yeah, you can. You must know this feeling.
Imre asked me, call Discord if I get qualified or not. I don't care. And then I was like, no, you're boring. I don't know why, like, he trash talked a fair bit on social media, but earlier in the interview he didn't say much. Well, about Wardi, right? Like, but against Yogo he trash talked him. I think like the whole O Gaming TV crew would like to trash talk Yogo quite a bit. Which is weird, because he never even replies or like says anything to it.
It's like he can take the hits, he's a big man. He knows he's better than all of them combined.
He doesn't
Yogo's
care.
actually good. Yogo's good. I'm really hyped to see his games. We gotta rehost.
Okay. That's your first warning. That's weird. What is it with Wardi and Bugs? Like, he has one as well on Discord. Get it together, get a grip!
That's the UK, isn't it?
I don't know if I would blame it on that.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to stop visiting suspicious websites. That's what I'm saying.
That could be the reason as well.
I invited him again, let's see. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you host then? Let's try with him hosting. Of course, I've been watching the doc. You watch Dr. Disrespect?
No, what is that?
It's like a Battleground streamer. He's like the funnest Twitch stream right now. He's so sick.
Really?
Yeah. He's like a guy that wears a wig and glasses, and he like in all of his years of streaming he never broke character. I can show you some of his videos later, but you're gonna be addicted instantly. It's super fun.
I'm curious. Doctor, what was he called?
Disrespect.
Never heard of it. Does he got many viewers or?
Yeah, he has like, he streams every day. He has like 26k viewers and stuff, like in evenings.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty sick.
All right. Get down here, Harstem. You're not playing. Not in this one. You need to cast. I wonder like what the requirements will be for somebody to qualify as a caster. Like, you would have to cast it, have cast quite a few tournaments, because like technically, you know, for example, I could have invited the Muslim, but it also counts more as a pro player and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there are like the streamers that still play quite a bit. So it's very hard to pick like who does what. At the end of the day, I just like wanted to kind of be fair, you know. Which is hard because there is still a skill gap between like a lot of people.
I've been casting since the start, man.
Yeah, but come on. Don't be like that.
I feel like I deserve my spot.
I don't know about that. Actually, no. I know about that. No, you don't.
No?
Oh, I almost started before they changed colors. No, it's not. Pink versus blue. What was it last game?
I have no clue what they had last game. It was this guy. You saw this random join?
Who do you mean? Alright. Let's go. Is he talking to me? You'd have made an excellent admin, by the way. Yeah, well, I mean, if the entire chat wasn't complaining, yeah. I mean, they are right. Like, I had a hard time casting that. I was like, whose, you know, cyclones are these? Like, it's hard to see anything in this.
Impossible to see.
Ah, that's
No,
much. That is much better. Oh, you wanna give some intros?
Sure, let's
Night
do it
ends?
in no. I need to practice more. Practice. Lots of practice before I can pull something off as hard as Night End's voice. Okay, in the right bottom corner, spawning as the blue Terran, it is NB Imre, and in the top left spawning as the red Terran, it is Wardi.
You know, if you don't want to introduce, just say it. But at least you don't have to rush through introductions like you don't care, right? You know, by the way, you can put your camera on mine so that you can see what I'm looking. Because every time you introduce a player, you pick the one I'm not looking at.
Okay, it's a good tip.
You know how to?
Yeah, of course. I've done a couple of rodeos. Okay.
It's not my first rodeo.
Oh, it's not my first rodeo. It's not my first rodeo. See, double gas going down for Wardi. Single gas for Imre. So Imre is going to do a similar build to last game. And I guess Wardi is going to be a little bit more aggressive, wants to get some earlier map control. Going to go double Reaper for sure. To secure those towers. So I guess aren't on Abyssal, which is probably why he didn't do it. But on these maps, it's really nice to have the towers early on.
Oh my god, Wardi, you're manning with 4 on the gas.
Yeah, he doesn't need minerals.
What has surprised you the most so far this tournament?
What has or who has?
Yeah, either. Was it how good I am at organizing the tournament, or was it the player's play? You know, like.
I've been disappointed with the lack of bad plays, you know. There haven't been many things which were absolutely terrible. Except for maybe the Rifkin game.
Yeah, like, as you were saying that, I got a few like pylons and fake cannon, like, yeah, bad cannon rush popping in my head.
Yeah. But, yeah. Those were entertaining as well, though. Like, it's not like we've seen any actual terrible games, which I was a little afraid of, but I also was kind of looking forward to, you know, bashing some of these guys. Like, man, they really don't know how to play, but it's been a little disappointing in that regard, I would say.
Okay, what's your top 3
So
play?
the tournament has been higher level than I expected.
Yeah, nice. What was the top 3 plays?
The top 3 plays?
Yeah.
I can't remember too many specific plays, but I think the best game was you against... or the best games that I was with you against in control and sequencer was very nice.
Some people have said that Abyssal, they liked Abyssal. Because they like to see me
yeah,
lose.
Abyssal was actually a sick game as well, with lots of multitast. Yeah, that series in general was very good.
Okay, but I don't mean like the game, but I mean like the actual play. Was there any particular plays?
Yeah, the actual play was your 4-pronged attack on sequencer.
Ah, okay.
That was a sick one, and the ones you did on Abyssal. Your plays have probably been the most well thought out plays.
I liked the stasis world of In Control into Storm, like, but as much as it didn't line up, just like just imagining it, and I mean the storm did come later, but like just that stasis world catching everything was so sick. I think. I'm curious about a lot of matches that we have coming up actually. Like for example, Funka against Pig. I really want to see what Funka can do. He was talking about it yesterday on the French stream, and it made me even more interested in it.
Well, what did he say? He
was just like, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do yet. You know, I'm thinking I'm maybe doing something crazy or playing standard, and like, you know.
Yeah, this pressure by Wardi isn't really working out the way he wants to. He's down 3 SCVs, which is quite normal if you open 2 gas like this. But you really want to be able to do something, and so far this has been completely unsuccessful. And now Imre actually might have a chance to counter-attack with what he has. There's 2 Hellions, a Reaper and a Cyclone moving across the map. What does Wardi have? He has a Raven. He built a 2nd Cyclone. There's 1 more Cyclone on the way even. So I think Wardi is going to be fine, but this is you don't want to be the defender when you're playing like this as Wardi. You should be capable of holding this relatively easily though. So shouldn't worry too much.
Didn't get the Hellion.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. Imre will be able to repair that.
Big Daddy Ravens can chase this away. Man, Ravens, they've come a long way from like the old days. Now we see more and more of them, and I like the plays that they have in the game. We like the auto turret being super strong, PDDs sometimes coming into play and also being quite good, and even what is it called, Hunter Seeker or Seeker Missile? Yeah, just Seeker Missile. Even that, I feel like has been reworked to a point where it properly has its place in the game.
Yeah. So in the GSL finals, we saw on this map actually, the Gumiho versus Su game was really sick with the Hunter Seeker or the Seeker missiles.
So I quite like Ravens. Like I don't like if people sit back and mass like full Raven, but just a couple Ravens here and there. I think it's nice for Tyrion to have and use.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. Okay, turret cleaning up the Reaper. But Imre did get a good scout of what Wardi is up to. He's getting his own 3rd CC already. So I feel like Imre is in a leading position once again this game. And Wardi is going to have to make something work for himself to try and get back into it.
One single eBay actually going down for both at the same time. 2 more factories for Imre. Making it up! That's a lot of Hellions. Oh my god. When I see a Terran making so many Hellions and like no tank, I'm always thinking like, shouldn't this be like quite bad if somebody does the timing before there are a lot of tanks? But I guess Hellions is like one of those units that's really easy to underestimate, and the Ravens in supports can do a lot.
Yeah, this is the style that 4GG always used to play. Do you remember that? He just like mass Hellion with the...
Yeah. How could I forget?
Yeah.
The Bay Harbor Butcher of Europe. He buried bodies everywhere. Took every nerd's points, especially mine. I lost to 4G so many times, oh my god, man.
Yeah, me too. I think everyone lost to 4GG a lot. This guy played so much, it was insane. Okay, Wardi once again with the... Oh, does he actually have air dominance? I'm not sure, there's 2 Ravens, so if he throws down 1 PDD, Imre might actually be able to win this fight. Cyclone looking onto the Raven of Wardi. Wardi's Raven goes down, drops an auto turret just before it dies. And Wardi is running back with his tail between his legs. This isn't the position he wants to be in at all. He might realize that it's mech though. He saw a lot of Hellions, he saw the Cyclone, not a single Marine. That's a little suspicious for sure.
4G went to army, right?
Yeah, he's actually almost done, I think.
Yeah, I think I saw a post recently from him. I wonder if he will come back to play actually when he's out. Just like I played a ladder one day, he's like 4G, I'm like, what, really? He's like, yeah, I got done with army. Thanks for the points! Just like the old days.
Yeah. He played a little bit of Legacy, so I guess he went to the army at the end of 2015. He must have.
Yeah. What do you think about the European Terrans struggling more these days?
Struggling more?
Yeah, like they keep complaining that, you know, Terrans underpowered. They don't seem to do well against either Zerg or Protoss. And in Challenger, they didn't have very good results at all. It was all about the Zergs.
Well, it's always been all about the Zergs in Europe, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
so many Zergs.
There was a time a lot of Protosses were doing well as well.
Really?
Yeah. Lilbo, you.
Ah, right. Yeah, the end of Heart of the Swarm. That's right.
Like from Showtime, you know, being considered the best foreigner or best European player to him losing in the first 2 rounds of a Challenger, like there is a big gap, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And even like, I don't know, like, surely you follow like some of these Terrans on social media, you know, like your Thermal Optimus and stuff. They're definitely not having an easy time these days, so I was wondering if you got insight on like what's going on with that.
Probably need to practice a little harder. These Zergs, they're just, they play a lot more than all the other guys, that's why they're so good. The Pros and Terrans, yeah. No, of course not. No, I don't know. Like, there might be some explanation. There's just very little Terrans in Europe in general.
I thought the meme was you were gonna say they're so much more talented than everybody else.
No. That's not feel too crazy now. There's limits even to jokes.
Yeah?
Yeah, there is.
What about Protoss these days then?
It's not too powerful, not as powerful as we once were. But the golden days are over. Picking up tournament after tournament. Now only Neep is picking up tournaments. It's making sure our race is never getting nerfed.
I wonder if Wardi playing so passive is like, you know, fully part of the plan, or is it because he realizes he's behind and he can't do much? But I feel like if he just sits back and nothing happens, eventually he will just die.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes it's mech yet.
What? No. Didn't he go forward and see like a lot of the mech units?
He saw a lot of Hellions, but maybe he didn't put 2 and 2 together, you know? He doesn't seem like he's playing against a mech player at all. Like, you want to be on the map against a mech player, you want to be expanding all over. He just seems to be very defensive. This is really not the way you want to be playing against mech.
He's a lot of Italians. Imre will move in for the cleanup. Maybe he still doesn't.
Yeah, there's no way.
And off the back of this, Imre is... Oh my god, Imre wants to have some fun. Second starport and fusion core.
Yeah, it looks like battle cruisers to me.
Well, the first one has a reactor, So maybe Liberators, but I wouldn't mind some cheeky BCs, some cattle bruisers.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind them either. Some teleports across the map. Make Nate happy as well. Yeah, this game is looking very, very good for Imre at this point. He's up in supply against a bio player. A bio player that's down in bases.
Is there anyone in Europe that plays battlecruisers?
No.
Have you ever played TY on Korean server when Needles did?
No, I played against... Major did it a few times against me, but it's not too strong. Like, you can just build Tempest against him. Just rush Tempest, you should be fine. Okay, a little bit of a push coming out of Imre here, and I feel like this might actually be...
PDDs? Oh my god, that's a lot of them as well. It's gonna give a huge lead here to Imre, who's got way more supply. Look at it right now, he's gonna press forward. Actually, he ends up losing the Viking fight here, because Wardi had made so many of them, but this amount of tanks can be pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, it really is. And Imre decides to land the Vikings, probably a wise
decision. Is Wardi gonna land?
Here. Oh, Imre's actually pushing forward into the tank fire. I'm not sure if that is the best decision. Vikings
Wardi can land. Why is he not landing?
Sure.
Oh my god. This Viking, well, too little too late. GG! France prevails once again. Get used to it, guys. Funka will play later. Still got Yogo in action later. TKL definitely not gonna do well though.
For TKL. Oh, okay, congratulations to Imre for getting out first in this group. Dropping only a single map to Rotterdam. And yeah, that was quite impressive actually.
He was very cocky, so it's good that he backed it up, because I really feel like Roddy again could have very easily been a 2-0 up against him.
Yeah, for sure. But now we first got to go down to the losers match, of course, the Rotterdam versus Maynard series. Hope Maynard has something prepared for Rotterdam specifically, but I'm afraid it's going to be a few quick ones again, Todd.
It might be. Alright, we're gonna head to a break, and then when we come back it's gonna be Maynard against Rotti, so see you guys in a minute, don't go anywhere.